In this installment, we're going to be going over the Week 2 late slate. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef Dean. I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for our Week 2 late slate we got going on. This is the 4 p.m. and 8 o'clock games on Sunday. Bringing to you the plays for that slate. But before we deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel. Currently at 10.2 thousand subscribers. We're on road to 20K. And we're well on our way because you guys are showing up each and every single day. If you're already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That helps the YouTube algorithm so you can grow to a much broader audience. All right, now for Saturday, we have had a very good Saturday so far. We had a big upset here with Georgia Tech. I gave that out as a +3.5. They outright won. And we also had the Georgia Bulldogs coming through and beating Tennessee in Tennessee. Aguilera looks great, but Stockton and the boys with the Bulldogs in Georgia took it up to another level and won in overtime. All right, so if you want to continue to have winning plays and join the community, click on that link provided down below. You're going to get full access to daily bets, future bets, and access to that group channel that goes off 24/7. Remember, if you're clicking in on this video, please revert back to the early slate so you can get all the information on the 1 o'clock games, and then obviously you have this one right here, so you're ready for the whole slate of Sunday games. Remember, exclusive content is in that link provided down below. First up in Lucas Oil Stadium here, we have the Indianapolis Colts going up against the Denver Broncos. In this odds here between the Broncos and the Colts, we have Broncos as road favorites, -125 with the comeback of the Colts at a +105. Point spread at a 2.5 and total points at 43.5. Public bet percentage here, 77% of the bets, 72% of the money, all over the Denver Broncos. So we have a public and we have a sharp road favorite here. Road favorite all over the Broncos on the money line. For the point spread, 53% of the bets, 77% of the money coming in on Broncos to cover as well. So this is very one-sided here when we're talking about a 3-point game essentially. For the total points, 92% of the bets, 94% of the money on the under 43.5 in the total. All right, first games here from both of these teams. I want a strong performance from the Colts, dominating Miami and really showing their will, showing out. Broncos, on the other hand, had their hands full against the Tennessee Titans. They struggled all game long. Bo Nix did not look like himself. Well, I don't know. Bo Nix was erratic. Let's not put Bo Nix on a pedestal after like a good 8 games that he played at the end of last year. He was horrible in the beginning, first half of that season. Don't forget. But like I said, Denver Broncos struggled mightily against Tennessee. Cam Ward, you can see he's a young leader already, poised. He just needed a little more help around him in that situation. All right, so this game here, when we're looking at the injury report, we do have Dre Greenlaw out, linebacker for the Denver Broncos, and Nate Atkins, backup tight end. He's going to be out for them. Evan Ingram is going to be fine to go for the Broncos. Now for the Colts, we're missing 2 cornerbacks. Charvarius Ward is out on a concussion, and Jalen Jones is out. The Colts did go out and pick up Xavier Howard. They still have Kenny Moore, who's a very good nickel corner as well. So they are thin at that cornerback position, but it's all going to rely on the decision making of Bo Nix in this game. I do like the offense of the Indianapolis Colts as well. I like what I seen from them last week. And I think that they can definitely provide some punch here going up against the Broncos on the road. All right, if this was in Denver, different story. Colts do have the advantage at home. All right, I think there's too much value on the Colts. If we can find a +3 anywhere, I would take it. Give me the 3 points and the underdog. All right, the home dog. And then we're gonna fade the public and the sharps here. Give me the +3 with the Colts. For the total, I could see this going either way. I'm gonna lean. We're gonna go with the under. I would agree with the under 43 and a half, and I want the Colts +3. Obviously, tuna. You can buy the +3. It's really not that much. So, Colts +3 main play, secondary play under 43 and a half. In State Farm Stadium here, we have the Arizona Cardinals going against the Carolina Panthers. Checking the odds for this NFC matchup here. Starting off with the Cardinals as home favorites, -300, with the comeback of the Panthers at a +240. Point spread at a 6.5. Total points at 44.5. Public bet percentage here, 97% of the bets, 96% of the money all over Arizona. For the point spread, 71% of the bets, 60% of the money on Carolina. And for the total points, 93% of the bets, 93% of the money towards the under 45.5 on that total. All right. For both of these teams here, Arizona, they won comfortably, I would say. I wouldn't say they were ever in fear of losing that game, but definitely New Orleans played tough. I like what I saw out of them. Carolina, on the other hand, was abysmal. Couldn't get the pass game going. Run game was mediocre as well. Jacksonville dominated that entire game, and they got ran all over. So Arizona here definitely has an avenue to a win with their two-headed monster at the running back position with Trey Benson and James Conner. They allow Travis Etienne to go over 140 yards rushing. So that's not a good formula. If you can get Arizona to not rely on Kyler and have them running the rock very well, then that opens things up for everything else, especially Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison Jr. All right. Looking at the injury report here for the Cardinals and the Panthers, Tip Ryman, backup tight end, he's out. Cody Simon is out as well, inside linebacker. For the Panthers here, they'll be without Tershawn Wharton, their free agent signing that they got from Kansas City. So that's a big loss there on that D line for the Carolina Panthers. And this one here, until the Panthers show me something, I'm not gonna be. I need to see something from Bryce Young before we're backing him up. He was very questionable in week 1 with 2 interceptions against the Jacksonville Jaguars secondary. This is going to be a tough secondary here going against the Cardinals with Will Johnson, who fell in the draft, and he looks phenomenal so far already off of one game. He looks really good. But we're going to go with the Cardinals here. We'll take the -6.5. Everyone is on the Carolina Panthers to cover. I'm going to say if the Cardinals win by 7 points, that wins the bet. So they win by a touchdown, that wins the bet. Give me Cardinals -6.5 for the total points. This might be a lower tempo here, slower type game, more defensive. I'm going to go under 44.5 if the Cardinals can establish that run game and slow things down. All right, so Cardinals main play -6.5, secondary play under 44.5. In Gaya Field at Arrowhead Stadium here, we have the Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. We have the Super Bowl rematch here already in week 2. Let's look at the odds for this one. We have the Eagles as road favorites, -120 with the comeback of the Chiefs at a +100. Point spread at 1. So this one is pretty much a pick 'em when you're looking at the point spread. Total points at 47 on the total here. Full game public bet percentage here, 71% of the bets towards Philly. That is the public. And then we have 70% of the money here on Kansas City. All right, so sharps and public are totally opposite sides. Sharps are on Kansas City, public is on Philly. All right, point spread, 61% of the bets, 55% of the money all over Kansas City as well. 61% and 55% for the point spread. So everyone pretty much is very heavily on the side of Kansas City if you're taking a +1. So total points here, 91% of the bets, 93% of the money on the under 47 in the total. All right, so we got some question marks here. All right, looking at the injury report, Kansas City Chiefs, they're missing a lot of their offensive firepower. Jalen Royals is out. Xavier Worthy is out. Everyone else is going to be fine. We got a lot of question marks in that secondary that did not look good against the Los Angeles Chargers. Some of their pieces got taken away in free agency as well. And then if the Chiefs are missing most of their wide receivers, and Isaiah Pacheco doesn't show up, and you got to rely on Kareem Hunt, that's not a good recipe right there. All right. Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Goedert will be out of this game. Will Shipley will be out, and Cameron Williams, tackle, is going to be out as well. All right. I don't believe that is the starter. No, I think it's a backup. I want to double check that on Cam. So for Cam, that's Cam Jurgens. Lane Johnson. Nah, it's a backup lineman. Yeah, Cameron, he's a backup. All right, so yeah, we don't have to worry about that. Now, with these two teams, we saw from the Chiefs in that secondary, they allowed 318 yards passing from Justin Herbert. He really let it go. He let it air out. All right, with Quentin Johnston, Ladd McConkey, and Keenan Allen. We had some subpar performances here. We had a no-show from A.J. Brown last week. And this is a perfect opportunity. Him and Devonta Smith in a perfect spot here to attack the Chiefs in that secondary. Chiefs are going to be too busy focusing on Saquon Barkley, trying to keep 8 in the box, and it's going to leave some guys open in one-on-one coverage. Somebody's going to be on one-on-one coverage, and Jalen Hurts is very capable of doing that and taking full advantage. This is not, I don't think right now in week 2, Chiefs are not ready for this matchup against the Eagles. Eagles were dominant against Dallas. Obviously, it was a little bit of a back and forth, and then the power outage, or the storm came and slowed everything down. But that Eagles defense, once we saw everything slow down, obviously it's the first game, the new guys acclimating to their positions since they got in the off season. We saw a better effort in that second half. All right, I'm not too concerned about the Eagles defense. But I definitely think this is a perfect matchup here, and taking advantage of the Chiefs early in the season with all these question marks, all these injuries, and less firepower. So I'm going to be all over the Eagles here. Give me the Eagles on the money line, -120. If I'm taking a total, they could put up a nice number here if they get this pass game going with A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith. It doesn't even matter about not having Dallas Goedert. Cal Alcantara is their backup tight end. He could do fine. Jahan Dotson is their number 3 wide receiver. He could do fine. And then you still got Saquon Barkley in the pass game as well that has upside. So give me the Eagles. Money line secondary play will be over 47 in the total. Last but not least here, we are in U.S. Bank Stadium here. Minnesota Vikings 1-0, Atlanta Falcons 0-1. Looking at the current odds for this matchup here in the NFC, we have the Vikings at home -185 with the comeback of the Falcons at a +154. Point spread at a 3.5. Total points at 45. Public bet percentage here, we have 89% of the bets coming in on Minnesota. 53% of the money coming in on Atlanta here. So public is on Minnesota. Sharps are on Atlanta for the point spread. 79% of the bets, 80% of the money coming in on Atlanta. So this is another split. Public is on Minnesota to cover. Sharps are heavily on Atlanta to cover. And for the total points here, 93% of the bets, 95% of the money on the under 45 on the total. All right. So looking at their two matchups, Vikings were fortunate in that game in that fourth quarter, despite the fact Chicago played phenomenal defense in the first 3 quarters, let everything go in that fourth, and abysmal quarterback play from Caleb Williams allowed Minnesota to stay in the game, and they took full advantage of it in literally 1 quarter. All right, so kudos to J.J. McCarthy for finally waking up. We'll see how he is in his first home game in Minnesota against the Atlanta Falcons here. Falcons played tough. They had opportunities to win that game. They should have won. That should have been a touchdown catch from Jake London, but he dropped it. They had so many opportunities with missed field goals. That's why they switched their kickers and gave up on Young Ho Koo. So that was supposed to be a win for Atlanta. Atlanta had that game against Tampa, and missed field goals and a touchdown drop really gave that one away. So I'm very unfortunate in that one. Looking in the injury report here, Minnesota is very thin with their defense. No Andrew Van Ginkel, no Jeff Okudah. Harrison Smith is highly questionable with an illness. There's their lead safety, Christian Darrisaw, their tackle's out. and Austin Keys is questionable. We'll see if he can be able to give it a go as well. All right, so a lot of question marks here on Minnesota. Atlanta on the other end, they're missing Jamal Agnew, wide receiver. He's going to be out. Jordan Fuller, safety. He's going to be out. Jack Nelson, tackle. He's going to be out. Casey Washington, he's going to be out. Positive news for Atlanta. Drake London is fine, and Darnell Mooney is back. So that's a double positive there with the wide receivers to go along with Bijan Robinson. We're waiting on news for James Pierce. He looks to be fine as well. So injuries on both sides here for both teams. I think more significant injuries are on the side of Minnesota. All right. From what I saw from Atlanta, they played really well. They played really well. Special teams let them down. I think that there's too much value in that plus 3.5. I don't have full confidence in JJ McCarthy after just one game and really just one quarter for him to take advantage and they blow out the Atlanta Falcons. Like Michael Penix and the cast of characters that they have are scrubs. So give me the Falcons here, plus 3.5 as the main play. Secondary play will be the under on the 45 as well. All right, so I think this is a close game. I like the Falcons as road dogs in this one. So plus 3.5 and secondary play under 45. So that's going to be our breakdown for the late slate. Let me know in that comment section down below if you agree or disagree. We could definitely debate about that. Also, guys, get signed up for the Patreon. Don't miss out on these winning plays, these winning daily plays, and you're getting full access to the group chat that goes off 24/7. So click on that link provided below. Get full access. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This is your boy Chef D. I'll be back very soon, and peace out.